Hey guys, so today I'm going to dive into my YouTube analytics on my YouTube channel, which I set up a year ago. And I'm going to look at how much I've grown over the past year in terms of views, watch time and subscribers, to give you an idea of what you might expect to see if you were to start a channel this year as a musician, and how much you might expect to grow within 1 year. So I was posting videos once or twice a week. Every single week this year, so in total I posted 50 music videos and 15 other videos of various things including tutorials. So let's get straight to it and look at the analytics in YouTube Studio. So here I am in my YouTube Studio on my channel analytics page. So I've set a custom range here from the 8th of February 2020 to the 7th of February 2021, so my first year on YouTube, and let's have a look at what I managed to achieve in that year. So the first thing on the channel analytics page is the number of views that I had in the first year. So in my first year I had 41,866 views. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Yeah, it's a lot of views. And then if we look down here at the timeline for when I was getting views, so back at the start I was only really getting views the days that I was uploading my videos, or maybe a few views the day after. And there was a lot of days where I wasn't really getting any views at all. And then you notice this sort of peak in July. So this peak here in July, this was because of my Ghost of Tsushima video, which I posted. So it was my cover of The Way of the Ghost from Ghost of Tsushima, which I actually managed to put out on the day that the game was released. And that gradually got quite a lot of views. And then I kind of had this jump in my channel where I started getting... There was no days anymore where I got no views. I was getting views every single day, and it was up to, like 100 views or so a day, so that was great. Then it died down a little bit after that video had kind of peaked. But then I had this second peak here. This was in November, and this was all my Assassin's Creed covers that I did. So my Assassin's Creed Valhalla covers. And again, I kind of timed that all for when it came out with the game. So again, and then it sort of, the views dropped down a little bit after that, but not to the levels they were before. And then finally there was this peak here right at the start of December. And this massive peak was caused by two different things. So it was both my Cyberpunk 2077 covers that I did, because that game came out that week. And then also my Attack on Titan cover of the main theme from Season 4 called My War. So this one here. Yeah, that one done amazingly on my channel, and you can see that again the views are quite consistent, staying up around 400 every day since then. So if I now scroll down and we can look at what were my top views in the past year. So number one was my Attack on Titan cover. So it got 9,819 views, and actually 2 days after this it got 10,000 views on it, so nearly had a video in my first year that had 10,000 views, so very pleased about that. And then my second biggest video was actually my how to create an account on DistroKid video. So this was a tutorial that I did on how to release music online, and it had nearly 4,000 views. So that one's done really well. It also has the highest view duration on my channel, so people are watching it for at least 5 minutes. But it is a 20-minute video, so having longer videos on your channel definitely helps with that. And then my third top video was my Assassin's Creed Valhalla main theme cover. And then after that was my Ghost of Tsushima cover, and then the ones that came after this were all my Cyberpunk ones, so again all over 1,000 views for these. And then my other Ghost of Tsushima cover that I did. And actually my guitar tutorial on how to play Through the Valley is actually done really well. I was surprised about that. Again, it's kind of had consistent views, like people are still searching for it now, whereas some of my game ones, people are only searching for it at the time when the game first came out. And then my Pirates of the Caribbean 2 Hornpipes cover did quite well as well. Not quite 1,000 views, but close enough. So if we now have a look at the watch time on my channel, so in my first year I got a watch time of 1.1 thousand hours, so just over 1,000 hours. And unlike the views, the watch time actually kind of just gradually increased all the way through the year. It didn't kind of have peaks or dips. It just got higher and higher, which is really good. So for any of you who don't know, if you want to become monetized on YouTube, you need to have had 4,000 watch hours in the last 12 months on your channel, along with having at least a minimum of 1,000 subscribers. So if I click on the See More button here, let's have a look in detail at which videos were gaining me the most watch time. So if we scroll down here, we can see the top 5 videos on my channel were how to create an account on DistroKid. So this gained me 353 watch hours in my first year. Second to that was my Attack on Titan cover. So even though my Attack on Titan one had way more views, the view duration was much shorter. So people were watching it for much less time, which is why the overall watch time is less, but it still gave me 133 hours. And then after that, my Assassin's Creed Valhalla cover, and mostly it falls into the categories of which videos had the most views. So I'll just close this and we'll go back to the main page. And then finally, the number of subscribers I gained in my first year. So I gained 466 subscribers in my first year, which I think is really good. I know a lot of other people who are starting off music channels around the same time as me, and that seems to be sort of the brackets and windows that people have been managing to grow with as well. So I think that's probably about average. So if you're a new musician planning on starting a YouTube channel, this is a realistic number that you can expect to see on a channel where you've been posting 1 to 2 videos a week for the whole year. So as you can see here, I had a few subscribers like the first day that I started my channel, and that's because I was like advertising it and things to people on Facebook. And then again, when I would like advertise it on Facebook, I get a few more little blips like this. But otherwise, for the first few months, I wasn't really getting any subscribers. And then this sort of big area here, this clump where I was getting lots of subscribers, this was all to do with my Ghost of Tsushima cover. And actually at the time I was doing quite a lot of advertising on Instagram, which is why a lot of people found that cover and ended up subscribing. And then didn't have much for a while. And then once my Assassin's Creed covers came out, I started to get kind of more consistent subscribers. So most days now I gain a new subscriber or two, and there's very few days where I don't get any subscribers. It's nice, it's been kind of steady growth since then, and hopefully that growth will continue in the future. So as of the time that I'm recording this, I'm actually very near to getting 500 subscribers, as you can see here in the corner, 494, so you know, a few more days I might be there. That'll be really exciting. Just got to get 1,000 and then I can get monetized if I get my watch time up too. And then if we have a look at which videos were gaining me the most subscribers, it's quite similar trends again to the other ones. It's once again my Attack on Titan cover that gained me 56 subscribers in the first year. My DistroKid video gained me 54 subscribers, which I was actually quite surprised about because my channel's mostly about music videos rather than tutorials, but loads of people subscribed to me from that, so that was great. And then after that, my Ghost of Tsushima cover, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, more Ghost of Tsushima. And then if we now move on to the reach on my channel, so this here, impressions, if you don't know, this is the number of times that someone scrolled past or saw your video as a thumbnail on YouTube. And then your impressions click-through rate, this is the proportion of people who actually clicked on your video when they saw the thumbnail. So my impressions click-through rate here overall for all my videos was 10% across the year. Now YouTube reckons that anything above 2% to 8% is a really good click-through rate. So having over 10% for a click-through rate is meant to be really good, but YouTube is still not pushing out my videos. So as a small channel, like, you really have to rely on making sure that your video is the right topic and that it's appearing in search rankings to get views. Because even if you have good metrics on your videos, from my experience anyway, YouTube isn't going to be pushing out the video onto people's recommended pages. So you really need to get your videos to rank in search and have people be searching for that particular topic. And that's probably why my Attack on Titan cover has done so well, and my DistroKid cover, because people are actually searching a lot for that topic. Compared to, say, my Zelda covers, there's quite a lot of other people who've already done covers of the Zelda songs that I've done, and there weren't any big Zelda games released this year, so people weren't really searching for those songs. So we can see that my click-through rate, it was kind of quite sporadic to begin with. It was quite high because at the beginning I was just sharing links on Facebook, so friends and family would see it and click on it. But then it kind of started to get more consistent when people were finding my videos through YouTube search. And then it has actually gradually gone up, so since December it's been going up quite a lot, so it's kind of ranging above 10% now on average, which is really, really good. And then if I look at the actual individual videos themselves, so my videos with the highest click-through rates, you can see they're all the ones that have been kind of posted since December. So number one is actually one of my unlisted videos, which is on Patreon, which only 2 people have seen and one of them clicked on it, so that's why it's got 50%. But ignoring that one, my actual public YouTube videos, the one that's got the highest click-through rate is my cover of the Rebel Path from Cyberpunk. So that's got a click-through rate of 17.1%, so that's like really, really high. That's nearly a fifth of people who see my thumbnail choose to click on it. And think about how many thumbnails that you're scrolling through on YouTube every day. That's really high. And then next highest is also another of my Cyberpunk ones, so the main theme that I did for Cyberpunk. And then next after that is my Attack on Titan one, so it's got a click-through rate of 15.2%. And then after that is yet another Cyberpunk cover. So my Cyberpunk ones, people really seem to like my thumbnails, so very pleased with that. And then coming up after that is my Pirates of the Caribbean 2 Hornpipes cover. But as you can see, even as I scroll down here, the click-through rate for all my videos really high, like so many of my videos above 10%. And even the ones that aren't above 10%, like these are still pretty good. And if I scroll right down to, in my top 50, I'm still above that 2% mark that YouTube says is a good click-through rate. So I think my thumbnail skills are doing well, and certainly all my recent videos are the ones which have the best click-through rates. But if we now scroll down to the other information about the impressions and traffic sources, so here we've got traffic source types. So this is where I'm getting my views from. So the majority of my views are coming from YouTube search. So 64.5% of my views are from YouTube search. After that is external at 9.9%. So that's like when I'm posting my links on Facebook or sending it via email to my family. Browse features, this is from YouTube putting the video on people's recommended pages. So this is probably mostly from my subscribers, so YouTube putting my videos on my subscribers' pages for them to watch. And then I've got my channel pages, that's when people are actually on my channel itself and choose to watch a video. And then I've got suggested videos down here, so that's when my videos are popping up either after my own videos or after someone else's video on YouTube, and then people are then choosing to go on and watch that. And then across here we have more information about the impressions. So the impressions, once again, that's the number of times that someone has seen one of my videos, like the thumbnail, on YouTube. And here we're seeing that 13.9% of this is because of YouTube recommending my content. So this is pretty low, like most of it is coming from people searching on YouTube and my video coming up, rather than YouTube putting it into the browse features. So that's something I would definitely like to get up for next year. And then the number of views that I got from these impressions was 27,000. So quite a lot of my views on my channel has been through the impressions from YouTube search. And then we've got here the view duration for these particular views. That was 1 minute and 29 seconds was my average view duration there. And then I gained over 600 hours of watch time from views in this way. And then I've got more information about, where all the views came from on my playlists and external. So again, here's Facebook from me posting all my links. And then down here on the traffic source for the YouTube search, we can see which things that people are typing in, which keywords are people typing into that search bar, which are getting me the views. So majority of my views is from people typing in Boku no Sensu Violin. So that's the Attack on Titan cover, that's the Japanese name for the song. So that's the thing that people have typed into YouTube search that has got me the most views on my channel. And then My War Violin, so that's the English name for the Attack on Titan cover. Then Boku no Sensu again. And then we've got Cyberpunk Violin, ones that are coming next. So it's all search based around my Attack on Titan cover and my Cyberpunk covers, which were getting me the most views. And now if we move on to the engagement tab. So if we go to average view duration now, so it says across all my videos my average view duration was 1 minute and 35 seconds. So as you can see over the course of the year it's sort of decreased a bit. It started to increase around here, and this was because this was when my DistroKid video took off. And then it kind of dropped off here, and that's because this was when my Attack on Titan video and my Cyberpunk covers took off. But people were only watching them for like less than a minute, but I was getting loads and loads of views, so therefore my overall kind of average view duration got pulled down from that. But I still gained a lot of exposure from those videos, so really pleased with how they went. And of course they were shorter videos than my DistroKid one, so obviously the view duration was going to be shorter. And then I could go on to look at the audience stuff, but YouTube doesn't give you estimates for these unless you're looking at a time window of less than 90 days apparently. So unique viewers would be how many viewers YouTube estimates has actually been on your channel. So it'll be less than the number of total views that I've had across my channel, but quite close to that. So probably had somewhere between 30 and 40,000 people viewing the videos on my channel in this past year. But yeah, so that is my YouTube analytics for my first year. I'll do another one of these videos in a year's time, but hopefully that kind of gives you an insight to what you might expect after having a channel for a year on YouTube. Thanks very much for watching. If you guys found this informative, helpful, interesting, do let me know in the comments below. And let me know if you want to see more analytics videos like this. I do plan to do one after being on the platform for 2 years, but if you want me to do things like this or more kind of just behind the scenes stuff on how I set up my YouTube channel, then do let me know. And I will see you guys next time in the next video. Bye!